Hello everybody, how are you today? Hope you're all fine. Today we are going to know some of the important vocabulary or glossary of the book. Okay, so we have the first word adaptation, adaptation, which means the body part or a way an animal act that help it to stay alive. So the anteater's long snout is kind of adaptation. Okay, so this one is kind of adaptation. Amphibians, which means kind of animals, like a group of animals. Animal that live part of its life in water and on land. It's like a salamander. It's amphibian because it has a wet skin and it lives in water and inland. Anemometer, it's like the tool that measures the speed of the wind. The stronger the wind is, the faster the anemometer will spin. Axis, which means a line that is exists in the center of the like the pole or the earth. Camouflage, which is the way that the animal blend with its environment. So animal use camouflage to stay safe. Animal use camouflage to stay safe. So camouflage, it's a way that helps the animal to blend in with the environment. Cirrus, which means like the wispy clouds or thin clouds that high in the sky, and the wind blew in the cirrus clouds into a wispy stream, as you can see like this. Okay, so condenses, which means to change from the gas state into liquid state, like the water vapor condense from on the cold glass. Clumps, it's the fluffy cloud. But we have the cirrus, which means the high cloud, which is the wispy stream, and here the fluffy, which is the clumps, appear in a good weather. Drought, which means that the long period of time where there is a little or no rain, plants can die in drought. Endangers when the like a little number of or a few number of animals left. So when many of one kind of animals die and only few of them left, and this tiger are in danger. Evaporate, to change a liquid to a gas. Water can evaporate on the oceans, river, lakes, and land. Extinct, which means the species is completely disappeared, when a living organisms died out and no more of its kind, like the dinosaurs are extinct. Flower, which mean a plant that makes a seed. Flower, this part that make the seed. Some flower can grow into a fruit. Food chain, it's a model in which living organisms get what they need, like a food chains begin with the sun. Okay, so the food chain, which means it's a model of order in which living organisms get their they get the food they need, and also always start with the sun, or start with the sun, which means food consists of more than one food chain, and this picture show that the desert food web. Fossil, which means that the remain of the dead animal. So what is left of the living organism from the past, and this fish fossil was found in the desert. Habitat, which means the place where the plant and animal live, and the habitat where they can find their needs, like it can be wet or dry, windy or cold. Insect, which means the animal with six legs. They have an antenna, a hard outer shell, and is an insect, kind of insect. Larva, which means a stage of life cycle of the animal after they hatch from the egg. So after the egg, they change into larva, and a caterpillar is a larva. Life cycle is how the living things grow, lives and has a young and died, and the pictures show that the life cycle of the egg. So start as an egg, then grow to the chicks, and then to the chicken, and then the chick make an egg again, and the cycle start over again. So this is show us the stages where the animal can change to. Light is a kind of energy. We get the light from the sun. Mammals, that animals that have fur and they feed their own youngs. Minerals, like the materials the plants get from the soil, so bed of rocks. This is the nutrients. Here about talking about the minerals, like a beds of rock or soil that help the plants and animals to grow. So the soil and the rocks, I call them minerals. Use the mineral in the ground to grow. Orbit, it's like the path that the earth take around the sun. Oxygen, the gas found in the air, that's so we can breathe. All the living organisms going to breathe oxygen, like me and you, and also animal plant. Phase, it's like the moon shape. As we can see from the earth, the moon phase will change each night. We have the sound, can be high pitch sound and low pitch sound. So how high or low a sound is. Pollen, which means a sticky powder inside the flower that helps the plant to make a seed. Pollen can move from one flower to another. So the pollen that help the plants to make a seed. Participation, which means the water is falling from the sky in form of rain, snow or hail. Predators, animals that hunt another animals, must be faster to catch the food. Prey, animal that been eaten by another animal. Pupa, a stage of a butterfly, when the caterpillar make a hard case around it and the pupa hangs from the branch. Reflect, bounced off something. Reptile, kind of animal that has a very dry skin, a rough skin, like an alligator that has a very hard skin. Okay. Rotations, it's like a turn around the earth in 24 hours. Seed, plant part can grow into making a whole plant. Seedling, a young plant will grow into an adult. Okay. So seedling, which mean young plant, a young plant will grow into an adult plant. Sound, which mean type of energy that is heard when an object vibrates. Star, object in a space that made of hot glowing gas. Stratus, the thin clouds that is into layer in a sheets which cover the whole sky. Temperature, how hot or cold something is. Trait, it is a way that living things look or act, like the color of the flower. Vibrate, to move back and forth. Classify, to put things into a group. Communicate, to just draw and write and tell the idea. Compare, to just tell what they are alike and how they are different. Draw conclusion, to use what you observe to explain what happened. You can draw conclusion about the stick will make shadow. Infer, to use what you know to figure out something out. From this tracks, you can infer that the animal was here. Investigate, to try to find an answer. To make a plan to try it out. You can investigate how long it takes the car to stop. Make a model, to make something to show that how something will look like, and you can make a model of mountain in the ocean. Measure, to find out how far something moves or how long and how much and how warm something is. You can measure temperature. Observe, to see or to hear, to use your five senses to know about something. To predict, to use what you know to tell what you think will happen. Put things in order, to tell and show what things happened first. Record the data, to write down what you observe. You can record the data about what your class have lunch for.